honest with them and told them she will not be dating anyone unless they have as much money as her or more. Nothing quite pisses poor guys off more than a hot rich woman speaking her truth. Sofia Vergara is simply answering the questions that people are asking her. She has been modeling and acting for decades, is in an entire host of TV shows and amazing movies. After breaking the news that she just had to go under the knife again at the age of 53 and made it through the surgery, people are saying, okay, now that you made it through this knee surgery, what's going on with your love life? Because her and her second husband divorced last year. Sofia is officially been on the market for a year now, and we really haven't heard much. She's sending shockwaves around the world apparently because she is reportedly worth at least $180 million. Again, she's been in a lot of TV shows and movies. And let's be honest, she's gorgeous. She has worked hard for every penny. But now everyone seems to be upset. And by everyone, I mean all of the broke men. Probably the same broke men who like to talk about gold diggers, because it's only broke guys who get pissed off at the idea of gold diggers. They don't want women taking men's money. Those guys also appear to not like it when the shoe's on the other foot and it's a rich woman who doesn't want a poor man. Asked this question about her love life, she was honest with them and told them.
All right. First, I'm gonna say this. The woman doing the review to this, shame on you, ma'am. Shame on you. You're rage baiting, 100% rage baiting. But we're going to address that. Off the top, congratulations to Sofia on all her success. To get that type of money, you got to put in work. And you got to be good at what you do. So I'm going to just say that off the rip. Ain't no shade. I love anybody who is putting in the time to achieve their goals and make them a reality. You deserve your flowers. In terms of her preference with what the guy has to make, that's her preference. Period. That doesn't bother me one bit. You know what I'm saying? There's other things that I want to address within this, but for now, that's pretty much my stance so far. What was your initial take on this clip?
Hey man, I think you hit the nail on the head, man. Everything that you just said. And it's unfortunate. It seems like she was trying to use every bold letter word she could for marketing to try to trigger somebody, and that just seems to be what we're coming across more and more lately. So, great job on identifying that and starting the video out that way.
I mean, call a spade of spades. At this point, when you click on a video, you really got to look out for it, because you never know if it's going to come from an honest place or they're just genuinely being themselves. And like that right there, I knew exactly what she was doing, because I've heard that same line in the comment section for years. So I want to address that part first. Are let's talk about men who are financially stable, but they don't measure up to someone who has a abundant amount of success compared to them. Do these men feel threatened by someone who makes more than them?
Man, I'll be honest with you, man. I don't know anybody who's financially secure that feels threatened by anybody. One of the hardest things to do is to feel financially secure. Um, But if you feel financially secure, there may be some things that you may be insecure about that you may entertain. But again, it's kind of a broad question to ask. Being financially secure and being insecure is it's a big step in between the two. But you can be financially secure and be insecure about a topic and be curious about it, to that could possibly lead you to make some bad decisions in that regard.
So, all right. So here's the issue. Now I'm trying to attack specifically what she said. What she said. All right. She's saying that broke men are envious of women who are wealthy, and they feel like women with money are looking down on men who are broke. But what are you talking about when you say broke? You know what I'm saying? Um, to me, anybody who can afford their car insurance, their cars paid off, your rent is paid, your electricity is on, you're not struggling month to month. Anybody who is financially able to take care of themselves and maybe a second party, I don't look at that as a failure. I don't look at that as broke. You might not have a extreme amount of resources, but you're not borrowing and on the borderline of bankruptcy. You're financially stable. What is she talking about when she say broke?
I don't know, man. You asked to answer your own question. You asked a great question and then gave a great answer. So I guess it just goes back to, again, about expectation management. Is if you're expecting something, more or less provide what you're expecting, provide how you can go or less, you know, achieving those accomplishments, and then what it looks like when you have achieved those accomplishments. Other than that, you asked and answered the question already.
You hear it so much. Oh, you broke and you jealous. And shout out to Lav Bond. I see you, bro. You hear this in the comment sections all the time. Oh, he's just broke. He's jealous of you because you make more money than him. He's not as ambitious. So he's trying to rain on your parade because you can't control her because she has more money than you. Again, what are we really saying? Because to me, as long as you healthy, you can take care of yourself. I don't see the loss. I don't see what makes you a deficient partner at all. You know, now if you're referring to somebody who is living on the couch, they just there to drop off some pipe and go on about their day, and they ain't contributing. They have no aspirations, no desire to do anything other than live off of you. That's something else. So, like, when I hear this, I really be wanting them to be specific about what to talk about. Now, if you're implying that the guy who has a average job, then he works hard, but you think that because he should be a Fortune 500 type of a person, he doesn't really concern himself with having that type of status. He's content with his routine and how he moves. You deem that as undesirable. That's where I have some pushback.
Okay, so what are you pushing back on?
The fact that you're implying that a person who is saying I'm all right with being a manager or a supervisor. I I have my own duplex. I have my own house. It might not be a big house. I have little bit of this and that here. I'm not calling around asking my uncles and anybody for money. I'm not taking out loans. I'm not struggling with the bank and et cetera, et cetera. I just don't desire to sit across the table from Laura Croft or Steven Spielberg. I'm not really trying to walk down the red carpet. I don't have no desire to take photos with Ariana Grande and all of that. I'm content with having a simple, structured life that doesn't come with the extra and excess headaches. Um, that's why I would push back with. You're insinuating that that person is less ambitious than you are, or that you can't get out of them a quality lifestyle because of the financial gap.
You said that's what you got from it because of the. She said that because of the financial gap.
It comes off as if you're telling me I can't really take care of you, or I can't love you or protect you if I don't make 2.3 million more than you.
Okay, is that the only way you see it, or that's just what's most logical to you?
Well, my main issue is you're assuming that money is the equivalent to a successful anything. That's my main concern. I get it. You work hard. Nobody's denying that. But that's not the end all be all. If history has shown, money does not guarantee that you're going to have a long lasting, joyous life either.
So if you had an opportunity to educate somebody at this point, what would you say would be most worth dedicating your time and your efforts to? Obviously, leaving money out of it. What would be something you would say that would be worth dedicating your time and effort to?
To be honest with you, I would say hone your spiritual muscles more, your relationship with the creator, the one who gave you life, the one who directed your steps, the one that can direct you properly in who you should be around, who you don't need to be around, where you should be sowing your seeds, how you should be giving and receiving. Getting in the word, honestly, I would say you have to have a balance, but first and foremost, you have to actually know who you are inside and out.
So if I'm just starting out, like you just mentioned earlier, right? It's 2025. We got a week left, and obviously I can't figure it out in the last 7 to 10 days. But what is starting the new year out looking like per the guidance you've given me? Tell me something that I can do to start the year off right, and then be able to maintain checks and balances.
I would say take this time to do some self-reflection. Get rid of the traffic around you. Maybe remove yourself so much from social media. Take some time to get to know yourself more. Pray a little bit more. Read a little bit more. Anything that is distracting you or deplenishing you from pouring into yourself, I would take a step back from it and figure out what are things that I can do without going into the new year. What's the excess? What don't I need? Right? Because you can't carry everything. We have a habit of dragging stuff with us that we shouldn't. So I would say maybe do some retrospect. Definitely do, like I said earlier today, I'm thinking about January, February, March, April. I'm thinking about the timestamps and where I was then versus where I am now. And I want to do this. I want to apply this. I want to be more proactive in the things that I have come to the conclusion on. It's probably not the greatest choice. So I would definitely say that for sure. Yeah. You're not doing no New Year's resolutions. This is just a self evaluation because everybody else, they can lie to you. They can say whatever they want to you. You can't lie to yourself. You can, but you can't. So I would rather you face whatever it is you got to face about yourself, be honest with yourself, and then face it head on before you close out and go on to the next year.
So would you consider yourself a content creator, or because you make multiple channels, again, shout out to the poetry night. That was a dope night. So what would you consider yourself, in this space right now?
I just like to talk. I like to communicate. I like to enjoy and invest and pour into people. I enjoy my hobbies. I enjoy poetry. I don't really teeter on one side or the other because I do a multitude of things. So I don't know. I wouldn't even consider myself a content creator at all. I just felt like I needed to put more use to my platform other than just randomly posting my poetry up here. So I just
Okay, that's dope, man. What would you say to the people that's following you? Something that's they've inspired you to do for 2026.
be very transparent, be very open, be very honest about the things that I see going on in the world from my perspective. Um, the number one thing on my to-do list is to ensure that people have a voice. That's it. I don't ask nobody for nothing. I just want people to have a voice.